Is it record? It's just black. Ah, it is recording. Okay. So my last two recordings failed. And I don't want to do it all over again. So I'm going to live stream it and send it to my a link to the one who wanted to see it. Where's the live stream? It's not here. I cannot delete the last live stream for some reason. So that last live stream should not be there. So let's show my city. Oh, I think this is the same guy. Last time, last recording, watching, and immediately left because I was just complaining about nothing working. So I really don't want to record 2 hours of video twice or 3 times, 4 times, because it keeps failing. So that's why I'm doing it this way, as a live stream. I really hope my city even loads. Oh, it does load. Okay, that's last time it crashed. Just gonna say hello. Hello. If you're here, it would be great if you interact. Just trying to click all these things away. And here we go. The 1 million city. Can I fit it in one? No, cannot really fit it in one. So this is the city of 1 million pops. I don't know how to give you a tour. I'm just gonna show you how I built the city. So I started with my train station, so this is the oldest part. I made some changes, like this bridge never was here. And this roundabout used to be an interchange, but there's a lot of traffic, so I made it a roundabout. And this is the oldest part of town, with the train track going through. And this is the first interchange, and this used to be the first entrance into the city. This was an extremely busy interchange, but now there are only 3 cars here. So it's no longer busy. And there's also a train track over here for the lower ones. For like this guy. There's a very dense part over here. It's a highway, a train track, and a road. And this train track splits off and goes through the buildings to this station and completely straight to another station and to the center of my second town. There you go. To be clear. This is second town. It's the center metron and the center central train station of this part of town is Choir train station with 600 people waiting. But well, this train doesn't bother to pick up any people, weirdly enough. And yeah, it's very hard to give this a tour because I generally don't know how to do it, so maybe you can do it. Maybe something with traffic, maybe showing that it's very good. And my transit, well, infrastructure. There's transit everywhere. This is the main road from the flooded pier because water was just doing weird. Flooded pier all the way through this main road, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Changes attitude, goes up here, under the, oh, that's a bit far, under the second airport, which I might remove, just the landing fees, and yeah, I messed up a bit because it doesn't work. But the road ends up here, together with a monorail and a train. There's still plenty of space to expand, like here, and most likely here. I was going to put a big ass industry over here, but that never came. All the interchanges I have here, I made myself, so some of them are a bit of a cluster. And you can really see where I plan to continue building, but it never came. So you can see those ones over here. I believe there's another one. Well, it used to be another one. Oh yeah, I think it's this one, but I put the airport here instead. And this is like the old airport from back in the day. But this one was then replaced by this airport. Mikio. I cannot talk. And that airport is going to be replaced by Intrat. Comes from International. I was really proud of how this turned out, but it doesn't work, sadly. So I'm just it's under construction. That's why it's not working at the moment. But yeah. So I don't know what to show actually. So I can just show district by district. Just a few things. Let's start with the first one, shall we? Oh, the last one. So this is Hawk Central. The city is called Hawks. So this is Hawk Central. And yeah, it's only a train station and some shops over here. And a restaurant P. A ferry stop. And this is a road with some stores, bus stops, a whole cluster of train tracks, one either way, one every way. Oh, what happened? This used to be just a road like this, but the amount of trams stopping here was insane, so I put in a tram hop in here, and then I removed a lot of the tram stops, of tram lanes at all, entirely. So it turned out not to be needed, but I kept it here anyway. Keep it a bit organized. An old part of the town, very early built. I used a lot of these trees to begin, and when they needed tram, I upgraded to these ones. Or like one of these two. That's trolleybus. This one or this one, or what I have right here is not that one. This one. Oh. That wasn't a mistake, but it looks funny. And when it's really busy, I use these roads, but it's not busy anymore. And the roads are not like straight all the time. Well, this was a bad example. But this road is have like a little dent in the road, like angles, you know. Otherwise it's all gonna look like a grid. And I really try to prevent grids by putting like a grid in this direction and a grid in this direction by putting these dents in the road. You know, it looks less like a dent. You might think, like, why do I have like a million schools everywhere here? Every single one of these buildings is a school. And as you can see, all of them are full. All of them. Well, there's one spot left. Are completely full. And if I wanted to get education good everywhere, I needed so many of these. It's not because I don't have education here. Yeah, here you can see schools. I have plenty of schools. But yeah, it's not plenty enough. So that's why I have a million schools over here. Yeah. Let's click on this button over here and see what wants to show us. Some cinematic views of the city. Some are just weird. This is a roof. This is a beginning of a tram lane. This road is probably one of the biggest mistakes of the city. This is the by far the busiest road in town. It's like death road when it comes to traffic jams. It's not longer than the size of the bridge, therefore traffic is pretty good in the city. There's more time waiting on the trains than driving your car. Even though the trains and the trams and the buses are really efficient, they are so efficient that everybody uses them and nobody drives anymore. So we need so many trams and so many trains to transport everyone. yeah. I came to the point where I wanted more people to drive. So as you can see here, this stop is completely full. But I control the traffic now. I control how many buses, trams, and trains there are. So it's kind of better. Kind of. As you can see, to get 1 million people in just 50 square kilometers, you need to pack them up real tight. I also use some anarchy to get some of these bridges in. One of the few libraries in the city. And some of these libraries are insanely popular, so I put a tram stop there for people to go there. Some hospitals and some parks like here to break up the never-ending buildings. So here we have a train intersection. I believe we're in Old Town. Old Town didn't really turn out as I wanted to, because I still use these hyper modern buildings. Oh, it's tempting to show the entire city in one cinematic. 3 FPS. Oh, okay. That was a crashed plane. That didn't work out well. Let me check. Where do we go back again? I was checking the live stream. So. Oh. I thought it crashed. Thankfully didn't. Another library. Or maybe it's the same. See how packed they are. The people. But they also have plenty of parks, so it's not that bad. It's one of the interchanges I made myself, which I think turned out pretty nice. Here we are at like the outside of town, for the people who don't want to be in the center. Talk about the center. This is really central, and there's a good like place you can walk. I don't know where we are, but wherever it is, we need more buses. Oh, this is the low density housing area. Yes. So very smooth train track. I always built the train track first to get like the smooth bends, and then the roads are last, because the roads you can place them in any way you want. You can have 90-degree angles. This is the cargo terminal. It's quite weird how we did the bridges, everything, but that was because I messed up the direction of the cargo terminal. Here we are at the shore, known as Shock Shore. This is an amusement park. I could already see. It's just $3. I put down the prices. Although, no, I want to keep the people happy. Now you're on one of the islands, I think. No, we're not on the island. you can see like jungle, city. You know, I wanted to have it feel like it's nothing, 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 city. To keep the nature as preserved as possible. To let the people live as close together as I can. That was the initial idea behind the city. It's kind of like asking the question, how many people can you fit in a city per square kilometer? And this city has a density of almost 20,000 people per square kilometer. Or if you do it times 2, 80,000 people, or 75,000, somewhere between so many thousand people per square in game. If you think this is very high, it is high, but it's the same amount as Manhattan. So think about Manhattan in City Skylines, or at least the same density, and that's what we have here. There's no outskirts. Well, there is a small part of town, but there are not many people living there. And I wanted to minimize the amount of low density housing. There's still plenty of traffic. It's not like there's none. But I wanted more. Because look at this, all the streets are just empty. And then every one of those buildings has 100 people in them. But they all use public transport. So maybe for my next city, I'm going to minimize the amount of public transport. Or use a difficult tuning mod to make transport very expensive. You're back at the cargo area again. How long have we been recording? 22 minutes in total. Oh, this is the first airport. You know, there was someone on Reddit who wanted me to put many airports in the city as like a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and things like that. And I thought, well, I don't want to smack down airports everywhere. So cinematic camera doing weird things. So I put in like the aviation airport like in the city to be like the first airport, and then the second airport, what it's currently in use, is like going to be like an international airport, and a third airport, which used to be the in-game biggest airport you can get, as the new airport, but the new airport, I broke the airport, so I couldn't get it to work, sadly. So there's still some things that need to be fixed, but yeah. There's one of the helicopters. There is a helicopter route. Not because there's no other way, but just because helicopters, you know, I don't like blimps. But helicopters, they're fun. They have them flying around in the city. You know, you base them next to box and can see the city from above. You know, I like that idea. But I also want it to make sense. This is the tram hub. Near prison, actually. And there's also the helicopter stop. Now we have the low-res area again. And I think for my at my next city, I will do it like without infinite money, without inlook all. That I will keep the mods in there that makes it harder. Also, I might use difficult tuning mod to make it even harder. Because on the Reddit, when I uploaded the video of like 1 million, they were like, it's so easy. And they're like, use a realistic population mod. It's no challenge to get to the 1 million mark. Well, it's still not easy, so maybe there's a mod in my game that makes everything very easy all of a sudden, but let's show you a list of the mods I used. Surface Painter, well, nothing weird about that. Precision Engineering, that's for roads and everything. So let's get to that empty spot over here. Yeah. So I use Precision Engineering. I don't know, maybe you already know what this mod does. But you can see the angle here. It gives you like the angle exact number. So if I want 45 degrees, okay, it's gonna cry. Without the mod anarchy, you know, that mod. I also have first person camera, which only works in smaller cities, because if I do it here and go like first person, well, it does work. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought the FPS was going to die. Okay, it's okay. There we go. That's the reason why I don't use it. It's for okay. It's very hard to use in big cities. Dynamic resolution. That is this slider. So it's gonna render my game in 1920 by 966. That's like the actual game itself, like not the UI. So if I lower this, it's gonna look very badly, but this can actually increase performance. Well, for big city like this, it's not gonna improve that much. It can increase FPS. And also, if you have like a beefy computer, you can make it 3 times as sharp. It looks better. It's gonna render it way sharper than 100%. So this is what it looks like right now, and this is what it looks like 100%. So it's gonna look better. I used to play the game at 150, but at bigger cities I dropped it down to 100 to keep it my FPS from dying. Yeah, well, okay. Show it that this oh, that's the wrong way. Click on the building. Yeah, this mod. It shows like the resources needs. Like this one doesn't have healthcare, fire department, and police department, and mail, and university. So I know what the building needs to be happier. Ultimate eye candy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Control U. As you can see, it's still on default, but I use Relight Vintage because I use none. It looks like this. Oh, it looks so weird. It looks so bad, and I don't know. Temperature maybe? That's at least something. Oh, temperature is none. It's the same. Maybe Burl. They're also, I don't know, ugly. European is the best of the bunch, but still bad. So I use vintage. I think it looks good. Let's use neutral or warm. if you're in a warm area, or cool, or bleak. But I like vintage because it looks like a movie or something. I also have older or north, which has some extreme lighting. It's like a northern city. This looks like semi at night, but this was for another build. Let's get it back to normal. Yeah, there we go. Wait, what? That's not normal. Is it? I clicked on all the buttons and I don't know anymore. I don't know. Let's continue our road anarchy, find road 2. I will not explain those. Proprietary anarchy, that's anarchy for proprietaries. Landscaping. Anyway, this is what it is. Cloud fog toggler, yeah. I really like to see the entire map. So this. Usually you cannot see this because it's fog everywhere. But now you can see the edges. Yeah, that's that mod. It's not really that. The Mountain Monster. That's like if my city is just stagnating, I could just change this or fix it or see the exact values and things like that. So I can just see, okay, 40, almost 30, like 35, 40, 50, 35, 40. So no, okay. So for every 915, 125 tiles, I like zone. I need this, like 50 of them, potential things like that. If I really want to crunch the numbers, which I usually don't. Unlock all. Improved public transport. Yeah, it's very handy mod. Unlock all tiles. Loading screen mod. If you are going to build a big city or a city that's big for your computer or for you, loading screen mod is amazing. It improves load time, it improves load stability, everything about loading, it just makes it better. Touch this. Oh yeah, it's for if you have some of the, like the cargo ship terminal comes with a road, and this mod allows you to change it. TM President Edition, Drive Manager President Edition, you probably don't know, it's probably the best mod out there. I never used this, ever. I don't know why I got this. Move it, speaks for itself. Network extensions, gets you a bunch of new roads. I believe this is the first ever mod I ever had. Oh, and realistic population. So you can see here, it is really calculating like, okay, 140 square meter per household, which is realistic, and floor height 5 meters, and it's gets like for everyone. Okay, so these ones are bigger. So I could even fit more people into the city if I didn't do that. I had problems with my trees, so this is the mod that I installed, and afterwards it fixed itself. So I should remove this mod, so I don't need it. Yeah, this is the exact same. For the exact same reasons. Life cycle rebalance, cost people. Where is it? Where's the? Yeah, everyone has a chance of dying. So, children between the ages of 0 and 9 have 1.2% of random illness, which could also kill them. So, the older they get, the higher the chance. So people will still die at realistic ages, but it's more spread out. It's not like you hit 80, you fall dead. You can die at any of these numbers. Yeah. Oh, child. I was like, oh, maybe this is the problem. It's 0. Oh. So I've never uses that, so. Taxi. Immigration. Yeah, okay. Rico. It's to place down custom buildings. Show more limits to see the first ever attempt to get 1 million. I came into a problem that I had to use all the nodes. I ran out of nodes. So it turned out that it was mostly because of my piping. So I also have 2 more essential mods: remove need for pipes and remove need for power lines. Because the pipes really limit you for how big a city can get, because every pipe is the same as a road, and he adds like almost double the amount of nodes in your city, causing it to run out of nodes faster. No controller is very new mod, and well, it controls the nodes. Crossing, this is I don't remember. I think this is a mod that removes road crossing when they're turned off, or it's the mod that gives you the option to add crossings anywhere on the road. I'm not sure. I have both, but I don't know what this one is because it doesn't say anything. Intersection marking tool, also a very handy mod, also very new. And this one. Let's just export it to get like a better view of the city. I can run it at the same time. Somewhere. Steam, apps, common. I don't think this is it. Let me. There we go. SLC map view. There is it. Open it with this file, and here we go. The game is paused in the background, so it will not eat a lot of my GPU. Well, it still is eating a lot of RAM, but not using a lot of GPU, which is mostly causing the FPS to be terrible. So here we have it, the city of Hawks, and the many like transport lanes everywhere. I believe the names are here. Yeah, they are here. Are they? Yeah, they're here. The names of the districts are not removed. So we have Hawk Central, Briar, Focado, Mitron. Why is it not on top? Grandola. What else? Flocaro, Grandidos, Filaco, Frenchal, Shockshore, Skandai, New Guardians and Guardians, Vendedor Spondar, Vendedor Gartin, Vendedor Excel. What is the 113 doing? I could check that actually, but not now. Here we have Vestford and Mighty Little Vestford, so this area on this side is Vestford. And we have Longiro. This is a rushed part of town to get to the 1 million mark. Yeah. Frenchel. It's very similar to what's here. Frechel. And Frenchel. sounds a bit like French. Spaco. Minthio. Gariot. What else have we got? Oh yes, of course. Lindarian. But I think that's all. Oh no, Cyprus. Garden note, these 4 squares are the beach. Cremandor, Brennstoff, Concat, Karatilton. Yeah. I think that's all the parts of town. Let's very shape this. This thing. There's a train. The ocean is, I believe, or the sea, or the river is 60 meters deep, so it needed to go deep, very deep. And here it went up, and this is the amount of room it needed to retake it to be at normal level. So yeah, I don't see any requests or things in chat, so if people don't really want to see anything or have no questions, or they don't want to, I don't know. There's nothing more to show. But I can just leave it on this. For a while. Nah. When it's half, I stop the recording. It might be here on my computer doing its best to keep the FPS FPS as high as possible while recording, while running the map in the background and all the other things. I'm really proud of my computer. I can run a 1,000,000 population city. Smooth. At sometimes. What I want to do is crank this up to like a maximum. And then do this. This. So, this is as high quality as it's gonna get. And FPS is not really suffering from this. It's suffering, but from like shots like these, 2 FPS, maybe 3. But it's like from 10 to 5, you really notice it. But from like 20 to 15, it's not that bad. And it looks amazing. Wow. The game. Saying that my city looks amazing. It looks... I'm proud of the city. You know? It's dense, but it's not like... you don't want to live here, you know? There are parks everywhere. There's some tight spaces, but if you want to just escape from the tightness, you can just go outside and visit one of the many parks. Or just go to the shore. I would live here. Yeah. It's already 31, but I think I need to keep this a bit longer. The airport. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just gonna keep it here. Don't look at how airplanes are landing. They are doing it weirdly. They're more like crashing, but not destroying themselves. I can look at these shots for hours. But I have more to do, you know? I can't look at these for hours because of school and things like that. But if I had all the time in the world, maybe it's a background. I think 8 or 9 or 7 FPS is like the minimum before you really start to see the extreme chugging. Like people call it a slideshow. Like this is a slideshow. But this... okay, the FPS is almost double, but you can see really that it's more than twice as pleasant to look at. It's very hard to give a tour of a city like this. Because I just don't know what to show, I think. Just showing you this. Might be the best way to show the city. Just show it, don't tell. A picture can speak for 1,000 words. if you want to see more high quality or relative high quality cinematic shots, or want to see other things, how it did certain things, or anything, you know, you could just send me a message on Reddit or Discord or any other social media. Well, it's usually Discord, Reddit, or YouTube comments. So, yeah. If you have any other questions or requests or advice or anything, you can contact me those ways. I might not be able to do it right away because of school things. So hopefully see you on another channel or another video. Bye bye.